Okay, Vic Yelson says, great story, but you left us hanging at the end. And she's talking about the 18 bullet story. Yeah, I kind of did that because it's also paired up to the story about Burn the Mountain. How do I get a copy of your book? Well, there's more than one. I've written several books on the Bigfoot. One of them is Mogollon Monster, Arizona's Bigfoot. The next one is more Mogollon Monster, Arizona's Bigfoot. And, of course, they also mention Susan Farnsworth. Well, you know who that is. I have probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 DVDs. Basically, they're the same footage as the YouTube videos, only it's presented in DVD format so that you don't have to go to YouTube and keep clicking and so forth. You can just stick the disc in and play it. All of my stuff is available through Amazon.com. You know, you can either order the disc, the book, or you can get a Kindle version sometimes, or you can get a pay-per-view or a rental situation from Amazon.com. So there you have it. All total I have written about 24 books. Not all of them dealing with the Bigfoot. Some of them have to do with various other side interests that I've had over the years, such as the Lost Dutchman's Gold Mine and UFOs and aliens and so forth. Because a lot of people don't realize that I was the space officer for U.S. Space Command back in 1993. There was only 5 of us in the military, and it was basically my job to monitor everything going into or coming out of space. So nothing got into our atmosphere or left our atmosphere without me knowing about it during that time period. And I will be doing a presentation to the MUFON people in Phoenix in July. That'll be kind of an eye-opening thing because, you know, I would like to dispel a lot of things that are thought about UFOs and the government and so forth. I'm only going to mention right now, and then I'll quit talking about it, is the fact that the military takes their job very, very seriously. Okay? They are there to protect our nation and the world. They're not going to let anything happen if they can help it. Okay? They will die for us. You know, that's how serious the military is. So one shouldn't get too distraught if the military people climb up and say that's classified, because they're only trying to protect us. And because I did that job and I know what was going on. So enough said about that. Tim Renerick says, Mitch, I believe a nice little recorder set, several of them even, on the perimeters would capture incredible sounds. They pick up an ant, FART, from 75 paces. Imagine the low grunts and growls each one might get. Okay, I had a little trouble reading that because I'm wearing reading glasses and I was too far away and it was blanked out. But yeah, I've obtained about 24 small sound activated recorders. They're not the same kind as that he recommends, but these do a very nice job, and I can leave them in and around the campsite, or I can take them out to different places that I think will provide some vocalizations. Places like Spooky Valley Meadow, the artesian spring, or even the place that we call the nursery. So yeah, I plan to do that on my big outing coming up in this spring in March. I plan to put them out there. I have tried it before, and I've left 2 recorders out, and one recorder I was able to recover, and the other recorder just flat vanished. Now, I had crawled up underneath a tree where I thought I was totally out of sight. I found a place between 2 roots, and I put it in there, turned it on. It's totally silent. It's inside of a sleeve to where there's no lights. You can't see a record light or anything. And then I covered it over with leaves. When I came back the next morning to get it, it was gone. So there was nobody that we know of watching us. However, we all know that Bigfoots are very keen watchers. And I don't think hardly anything goes on in the forest or in their area without them knowing about it. So I kind of think that as soon as we left, they went over there, pulled it out of there, and chunked it somewhere. Now, what I'm going to do in this next time I try it is I've got these metal boxes that have holes in the side, and I'm going to take some 3-inch deck screws and a cordless drill, and I'm going to mount those boxes in hidden spots, and I'm going to screw them right into the tree. And so that way they're going to at least have to work at it before they can steal it. That doesn't mean they're not going to find it, but at least it won't look like a game camera. Maybe they won't pay any attention to it, but we'll find out. A little bit more about recording the vocalizations and so forth. Somebody asked me about if I could expound upon infrasound or intrasound or whatever. I have not heard any, and I have not, I don't think I've heard any. I'm not sure if a regular recorder can pick it up since it's such a low frequency. I'm sure that it can, and I have just obtained some very good audio processing software, and I'm going to start loading up some of the vocalizations that I have obtained over the years and process them and see if I can pull out any infrasound. And so that might be revealing in itself. And of course, I talked about having the voice activated recorders and putting them out in the comment before this. I also have 2 large dish parabolic sound amplifiers, and they do a very good job, and that's usually what I use around the camp because they're so good. I can hear footsteps in the gravel anywhere in camp, so I'll be using that too. And of course, now that I've got the software, I'll be checking it out to see what can be done about the infrasound. Now, I don't know if I can convert the infrasound into a sound that can be heard by our ears. That might be something entirely different, but we'll check into it.